Now, every meeting ends the same way. You have pages of notes, maybe a recording somewhere on your phone, a bunch of things that you're supposed to remember later. Now, the problem here isn't capturing information. The problem is turning information into action. Now, I've been testing the Florica Scribe, and today I'm going to show you the things that make this different from every AI note-taking tools I've used. And make sure to stick around until the end, because the feature completely changes how I find information weeks after a meeting is over. Let's get into it. Now, at first glance, the Florica Scribe looks like a premium pen. And honestly, that's exactly what it is. But hidden inside is an AI-powered recording system, voice recognition, note capturing, meeting summaries, and a way to actually talk to your meeting history. Florica calls it the AI pen for rooms, not Zoom calls, not virtual meetings, actual rooms where real conversations happen. Now, whether it's a client meeting, church leadership meeting, coffee shop brainstorming session, classroom lecture, sales call, or business discussion, the goal is simple here. Capture everything without changing how you naturally work. Now let's start with the feature most people will care about:
recording, writing, and AI summaries.
The Florica Scribe has a built-in studio-grade microphone system designed to capture conversations up to 16.4
feet away.
So instead of placing your phone in the middle of the table and hoping everyone speaks loudly enough, you simply place the pen on the table and press the top button, and that's it. Recording starts instantly, no menus, no distractions at all. And one thing I really like is the FlowMark. Alongside of the pen is the dedicated FlowMark button. Let's say someone says something important, right? Maybe a deadline, maybe an action item, or maybe a key decision. You simply press the FlowMark. Later on, Florica knows exactly where that important moment happened. Now, that's something I haven't really seen done this way before. The pen can also identify up to 15 different speakers, making it much easier to follow larger meetings. And battery life is also impressive here. You get up to 30 hours of recording directly from the pen. For most people, that's multiple days of meetings without thinking about charging. Now, here's what surprised me. This isn't just a gadget pretending to be a pen. It's actually a really nice pen. The body is made from aluminum magnesium alloy, giving it a premium feel without becoming heavy. Now, the balance feels good in the hand, the refill glides smoothly across the paper, and unlike a lot of smart devices, using it never feels awkward. I found myself naturally taking notes just like I normally would. No learning curve, no weird workflow as well. No changing habits, you simply write and that's it. And honestly, that's one of Florica's biggest strengths. The technology disappears and the pen stays.
Now this is where the magic starts happening. Most AI note-taking tools gives you a transcript. Congratulations! You now have 20 pages of text to read. Florica takes a different approach here. When a meeting ends, the AI automatically creates organized summaries. But more importantly, it identifies decisions, commitments, action items, follow-ups, key takeaways. Instead of asking, what was discussed? You immediately know what needs to happen next, and that is a huge difference. After one of my meetings, I opened the app and had a clean summary waiting for me before I even got back to my desk. That's the kind of workflow improvement people actually notice.
Now, this might be the most underrated feature here. Florica calls it Snap It. Let's say you're in a meeting and somebody fills an entire whiteboard with ideas. Normally, you'd take a picture and forget about it forever. With Florica, you snap a photo and the AI actually understands what it's looking at. Whiteboards, handwritten notes, presentation slides, sticky notes, even diagrams. Now, instead of becoming another random image in your camera roll, it becomes searchable information. Now, I tested this with handwritten notes and meeting diagrams, and what impressed me wasn't just the text extraction. It was the context understanding. The AI understood the structure of the information. instead of simply reading words. That makes a huge difference later on. Now for the feature that completely sold me on the idea, ask it. This is where Florica stops feeling like a note-taking tool
and starts feeling like a sharp-minded assistant.
Now imagine a meeting happened 3 weeks ago. Normally, you'd search through notes, search through transcripts, you'd search through recordings, and waste 15 minutes trying to find one answer. Now instead, you simply ask Florica.
Hey Florica, I'm trying to build a new sermon, but I forgot how to do the context. Can you search that up for me, how they did it on the preaching training?
Florica searches across your conversations and finds the answer. Not just a transcript, okay? The actual answer. And it can even point you back to the exact source, the exact moment, the exact discussion. That's the feature that stood out to me the most. Because information isn't valuable if you can't find it later. Now let's quickly talk about the charging case. This case, in my opinion, is super nice. It adds another 70 hours of recording capacity. Combine that with the pen's 30 hours, that's up to 100 hours total. Now who is this for? I think the Flowtica Scribe makes the most sense for business professionals, church leaders, sales teams, students, researchers, creators, consultants, anyone who spends a lot of time in conversations and needs to remember details later on. If your job involves information, meetings, ideas, or decisions, this becomes incredibly useful. Now, after spending time with the Florica Scribe, I don't think it's trying to replace your notebook. I don't even think it's trying to replace your phone. And I don't think it's trying to replace how you naturally work. Instead, it's trying to make sure important conversations don't disappear. You record them, you write them, you snap them, you summarize them, and when you need something later, you simply ask. That's a pretty compelling workflow. Now the question is, would you actually use an AI pen like this, or are traditional notes still enough for you? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to learn more about the Florica Scribe, check out the links in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!